How's it going, everybody? And welcome back to Luna's Universe. And it is going to be a very weird start to today's video because I have actually lost the audio to all of this beginning stuff where I was explaining everything that was going on. So you're going to see in a second, it's going to stop this little montage, and we're going to get into a little section of me trying to explain things, except there's no voice there. So I am here in the post-editing world to give you the breakdown. And actually, as we do our transition, there we go, we're fading into it. I actually haven't worked on this world in like a month. It's been very, very busy in the real world, unfortunately, between school, work, and a million other things. So we're looking at our zombie villager friend, of course, in our little system. And I think we were talking about the redstone stuff because at this point we weren't done with all the redstone, but spoiler alert, we're gonna get there. So yes, there you can see we don't have all the comparators and repeaters ready, so we need to do a lot of mining to get all of it ready, and then we're at the top. What are we doing here? I think this is us talking about the underneath. We are needing to light up the torches in the area and dig underneath because we are going to put a creeper, what do they call it? A creeper farm underneath here. And this is going to be our main source of gunpowder. So it looks like I'm just taking a big long stroll here, and who even knows what I'm talking about because it's taken me a long time to get through all of this. So let's see. We are looking through cobwebs of mine shafts, and there's some geodes down here, and many caves that have not yet been lit up, but I think have actually been lit up by the present day. So yes, we are very behind here, as you could tell. We're into some new territory here. There's many ores in this chest, so I did do some off-camera mining. So I did do some off-camera mining, of course, as you do. There's a lot of stuff there. There's a stack and a half nearly of diamonds. There's a bunch of quartz because I needed to go to the nether and get some quartz. I don't remember why I did that. I got some gold too. I probably didn't need to since I got gold in the overworld. And oh, my armor's terrible. I have cursive binding leggings on. I don't. I think I was dying a lot. I think I died during the little montage of me doing all my ores, which you're gonna see in a second here. So what am I doing? I'm going to my villagers now. I'm talking about them probably. Lots of, oh, the wood back there maybe because I'll get rid of that. It's nice and messy. My other villagers, I need to trade with them to get XP, of course. Um, we're gonna get armor maybe or tools. I don't know. Go to the other side. We're talking about our librarians, most likely, which are over there to sell us books, enchanted books. Who could tell? Yes, we have paper and name tags. That's right, name tags. So I'll probably name the zombies, maybe? But I haven't I done that already? Maybe I haven't. I did just move the zombies at the start of this video, so who knows where I'm at this point. But I could see on the timeline that we are almost towards the end and almost towards the part where we're gonna get into the video. So this must be the build up into me taking all those ores in those shulker boxes right there. Oh, my house just disappeared. There's Odawara Castle in the background. It's looking very lovely and unfinished. And we're gonna go take those shulker boxes now and create our little ore mountain, which is inspired by Good Times with Scars series. I am fully caught up on that now as of the time of recording, as I am with many hermits. And like I said at the start, they're an inspiration to me. So it looks like we're getting ready to jump into the time lapse. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go into our time lapse now. All right, guys, there's our ore mountain, or maybe more of a ore molehill if you subscribe to Good Times with Scar, which I have certainly been catching up with his season 10 shenanigans recently and was obviously inspired to do my own version. Hopefully this will give you an idea of the scale we're working with, somewhere between where most people probably work and Good Times with Scar, because goodness, his had a lot more than mine. But this is still very impressive, I think, and it's completely full, so I think it's just about time we gathered our horse and our fortune pickaxe, and we got to work destroying the mountain. and collecting all our ores, because with Fortune 3, I think we're going to get a lot out of this, and we definitely needed the redstone, and I would say we are set to get it with this. So why don't we park our horse here and let's get into the time lapse. Let's go. Alright, you guys, so we actually got a lot of levels out of clearing out this whole mountain of ore that we had, or our little molehill of ore. There's nothing wrong with that. We have 45 levels now. And yeah, I'm still rocking the terrible gear because because every single time I die, I accidentally put my Curse of Binding Pants back on. Now I have 45 levels. But look! Let's look in here. 2 3/4 stacks almost of diamonds. That's not bad. Although the redstone, which is really what I came out for, I do not have nearly as much as I thought I would. I would have thought I had more than that, but look at this. Plenty of coal, and we will be putting this to good use, lighting up a bunch of torches underneath here. We've got this. Is that all? No, we have more lapis than that, of course. So we will probably never need more lapis ever in this world. I mean, I don't know how much I'll use it in building. Probably not much, and we'll never enchant this much. I mean, we've got plenty of lapis now. We have got some amount of gold. We are going to need a gold farm in the future, especially to continuously cure all these villagers. We are definitely going to need more gold than this, but the quartz. Oh, I am very happy with our quartz, you guys, because look, this is the abysmal amount of redstone and quartz we were working with before, and it warms my heart to see all of this because we are definitely going to have enough to do the downstairs now. So that is perfect. And then you guys, this, and then 14 extra. 2 double chests of copper. My goodness. And then 14 extra raw copper. And then our single, not even a double chest of iron. I also thought I had way more iron, so I don't know. But we'll definitely have to get all this smelted up in our super smelter. It'll take a while. But I think right now what we want to get it into is coming downstairs. We could put our levels to the test and enchant some diamond swords, give them to our zombie villager friends. That's a new take on zombie villager, I think. And then, of course, use the redstone to finish off what we could not finish last time because we were entirely and completely out. But yeah, I think we're ready to finish that, so let's go ahead and give that a whirl. And we're back. After all of that, we could look over here and not get hit by him and see that we have completed all of the redstone. And I'll actually go through a brief run through just so you guys could understand. So actually, that's not necessary. But there is a button right above this dirt. There's a redstone block here, and the torch is on here, which is, of course, powering all of this. All of these wooden blocks are then powered, making sure that these redstone torches are off. And then these gold, what are they, powered rails are off. And then when you hit the button up there, this torch turns off because the redstone powers this block, which turns this torch off. The redstone travels across here and then turns all of these off, which leaves all of these torches allowed to be on. And because of all of that, these powered rails will turn on, allowing us to reset the system once we are ready for our villager friends, or for our zombie friends to be sent back down into the system so they could start looping again. And that is the reset system. But to actually get the zombie to go from up here to up here in the first place to zombify our villagers, we need this track and this track and this track to be able to be individually powered. And I just realized my sound's off. So to have them get individually powered, we have buttons at each of our villagers right behind these wooden blocks. Those will power these sticky pistons, which will push the block into this observer. That sends out a redstone signal to this redstone behind it. And this is the nice part about all of this. These are individual redstone signals, which will each power their own specific rail. So even though they're running right beside each other, they don't interact with each other. So they could go one button to one rail, one to one. So the observer will get powered. This 4-tick pulse will get extended by our little comparator pulse extender right here. And then the repeaters down here will push it into this block because of this redstone torch, which, ow, keeps it on. I'm gonna die. This one's too short. So that redstone signal will turn on and it will leave this here. And the reason we have the pulse extender is so that it stays on long enough so that even if he just passed this rail, and this works for all of them, he will still be able to go the full loop around and make it back up to the top, no problem. And here you could see we have marked out the location where we want to start, and this is the very middle of our base up top and right here. And this is where we want to put our creeper farm. I decided that there's this big empty area here, and I was lighting up torches in caves nearby anyways. So this would be a great location for our creeper farm. We just got to dig it out and make that happen. But that is going to be a project for another video. Because in today's video, we still have a lot more we need to do before we even think about doing any of that. And what we are going to start with after we do some villager trading and whatnot is working up there at the top of our base. Yes, we are finally getting back to Otawara Castle, and it's going to be very exciting today. We are going to set up a bunch of farmer villagers, and we are going to reset up the zombie farm and the villager breeder and all that to be a little bit more efficient and to kind of streamline our system so that we could get more villagers placed over here and so that we could replace any villagers in the system if need be. But we are going to finish the outside of the build. So we're not going to focus on so much of the redstone or streamlining or any of it. We are just going to finish making the actual outside of the build today. And right now, the thing we want to do before we could get to that point is we want to set up our zombies down here with these unbreaking swords. He might be going a little bit too fast to be able to pick it up. It's a little bit scared. There he goes. Okay, now I really want to stay out of his way though, because they were already doing quite a bit of damage to me before, and that was with a regular iron sword, and these are enchanted diamond swords. So some of them are a little bit more powerful than others. We just want to make sure that they're going to be able to get the job done very quickly when they're sent up to zombify our villagers up there. So let's see. Could he pick it up? Yes, that one was very quick. Thank you, sir. And our last one, this is the shortest one, kind of scary. There he goes. He's picked it up and he dropped his sword off on the side. So I'm kind of curious, actually, because they all had unbreaking, but some of them had other enchantments, since I don't have the books yet. Oh, okay. 3 hearts of damage. Oh, that's, not good, but we had to get the minecart going again. Wow. So they're pretty deadly now. We definitely want to stay out of their way, and I might want to move this staircase to face a different direction. But yes, we are now ready to do some trading upstairs. That may have seemed like a little bit of a short skip from me doing the redstone, but I actually have spent a lot more time in this world preparing these shulker boxes, and I'm so excited to show you. First of all, step 1. I have a bunch of plant things because I want this to be my plant shulker box, but I also have a bunch of rotten flesh, and we're going to trade those with some of our villagers over in that building over there. And then here, yeah, this is the mother lode. I don't want to make more than necessary, but I have a bunch of gold saved up from all that gold that we mined. I have my golden apples from the mine shaft, which we found. All of those in chests there. And then I have a bunch of apples from all of the trees I've been cutting down because I've been cutting down so many of them. And then in here, I have absolutely filled up this shulker box with weakness potions, so we are 100% ready, I think, to get our one-to-one trades with the villagers and to start making a lot of emeralds, so let's do that now. Alright, you guys, I just did a bunch of trading and I just set down my shulker boxes, but actually, I want to show you this little trick that I did just the other day, and it's to do with up here. All the way to the top, you could see that I have some glow lichen lined up at the top of these right here, and the reason for that is because I was running through here one day and I heard something fall down and take damage, and I was like, oh my god, what was that? And I turned around and it was a creeper right there, and if it fell on me, it would have exploded and made a big old hole here. So I put some glow lichen up here because it would produce just enough light that mobs wouldn't spawn up there, and I did the same with these two over here. And obviously I have a lot to do with lighting up this whole area, but I want it to look nice also. I don't want to just put torches everywhere, so I got to figure that out. But right now we are going to look at our shulker boxes to take a look, and you could see I have got a whole bunch of emeralds now to trade up with these guys and make them all masters just like everyone else. And this was actually all full of stone, so I got quite a bit out of this. I also traded a little bit of flint, a little bit of clay, and a little bit of something else. What was it? It wasn't rotten flesh. It was something else. I don't remember. But anyways, you can see we have this box here, and then this shulker box is completely empty. So we could go ahead and get started with trading with the rest of these guys now. Oh, I gotta double check all my villager friends here, but I don't think a single one of them has the enchantment mending that we are looking for. Mending! This guy has it! Okay, I totally missed that. So, oh, that's such a relief. Okay, At least one guy has it. That is fantastic. I think what I'm going to end up doing is putting up signs so that I know which villagers have which enchantment. And I will probably end up replacing, I'll say, a few of them so that I could get a few different enchanted books. But I think this was worth it for the time being. I don't think there's any other way for us to finish getting these prices any lower, so we're gonna have to defeat a raid, I think. So that is gonna be something on our radar, is creating a raid and hopefully getting everything to a price where we're selling them one of whatever object it is for 1 emerald, because that is as good as things could get. And I think we would just be wasting our golden apples and our weakness potions if we wasted them recuring the villagers over and over, because it didn't seem like that was going to end up doing anything. The prices seemed like they were staying the same, so we're going to have to try something else now. I am very quickly, at the pace I'm going, outgrowing this storage system, which I thought was pretty huge at the start, but you could see all of that is full of dirt. That's full of cobblestone. This was half full of stone, but I used it all in the trading, and I did end up getting some crimson nylium, which I learned the name of, and this is all filled up with stuff. That one's not so full, but there's a couple that are a little less full. This is a bunch of cobbled deep slate. I've actually got that shulker full of cobbled deep slate also. Oh my goodness, this one is ridiculous. I am still going through all of the ores that we started smelting from the ore molehill over there, and oh my goodness, we just have so many that we're still going through the copper. So the iron and gold finished a while ago. That's why I had all that iron and gold available to do all of this. We still have 3 more blocks of raw copper, so that's going to turn into 9 more stacks of copper going along, filling a whole row in the large chest. So we're gonna have to let this go for a while longer before we're finished. And also, I should probably find out what to do with all of my old tools. I was kind of keeping them as a keepsake, and I was thinking I could enchant them with like mending or whatever, but now that I have the villagers, I've got so much stuff at my disposal, I really don't need any more. I think we're gonna end up trying to get like perfect armor and tools and have like a backup shulker shell. That's what this cyan shulker box is going to be for. So obviously I've got my redstone one in the red one. I've got a bunch of quartz in this white one. And I did set up a few things. Actually, let me show this off. I've got this brown one here, which was really easy to fill with dirt, grass, and podzol, because I've been going through a lot of that, as you saw anyways, as I terraformed the general area. I've got this lime green one, which I'm filling with a bunch of plant-related things. I've got bamboo, melons, pumpkins, all this stuff. I've got this dark green one, which I was struggling to fill this one for a little bit, but I've got 2 stacks of each wood type that I have currently, and a stack of all of their saplings. And then I've got all this back here, obviously, and then some more, and then a bunch more wood, because I ended up getting a lot of wood trying to fill up a stack of saplings, which was way more than I thought it was. But there's that wood chest, and we're still missing. I'm waiting for acacia, so I could get that wood and put it here. And there's another wood, mangrove wood, that's what it is. And I think that'll be all of the trees. Am I missing anything? I've got the original trees, the big 3, right? Oak, birch, spruce. Then they added jungle, and then acacia, I don't know, and dark oak were added. And I guess cherry blossoms came before I guess cherry blossoms came before the pale oaks, didn't they? And then mangrove, I think, even came before them, so we're still missing a couple of trees. I think those are the 2 that we're missing. I don't think there's any other wood types. We're getting things a little bit set up here. Everything's really nice and color coordinated, so hopefully things could go well with that. I think I'll wait to put my diamond... Well, I guess I could put the diamond gear in now. And I will just fix these up and make them better as I go along. And I officially have way more compasses and clocks than I'll ever have a need for. And also, now that I have everything, I could enchant my elytra and maybe go find my things in the end. So that's pretty fun, because I do have plenty of levels right now, but I know I'm going to go through them pretty quickly. Putting all the armor and the books and stuff together. So I think before we continue to focus on any of that, we have to get this place set up so that we could add all of our farms in here. So I was thinking, what we'll do, we'll build up the tops, the sides, the outside completely, and just have a huge shell for this thing. We'll put these guys at the very tippity top of it, We'll have this also going all the way up and down so that we could continue to use it as a zombie farm, and then we'll have a minecart set up so we could steal zombies out of it whenever we need to. And then we could hopefully fill in the rest of this with a bunch of villagers who are going to be farming for us, and they could farm a bunch of crops like carrots, potatoes, maybe beets if we really want to, because I do have beet seeds, but I really don't care. And then wheat, of course. And the villagers could be taking care of all of those crops and harvesting them for us, and we'll have an automatic system to get them back to us instead of to the villagers. And then we could trade with all of those villagers and make them all farmers, so we could trade our pumpkins and melons from outside and from our chests to get emeralds from them, and then take those emeralds down there so that we could trade with our other guys. And I'm all out of breath because that was a lot of explanation, but I think the thing we want to do now is work on the shell for our base and finish up Otawara Castle for now and for good. So let's get into it right now. My goodness, you guys, that is a lot of zombies. You may have noticed we might have gotten a little bit carried away in working on the rest of Otawara Castle here. So you could see down here that we haven't quite set up the zombie system yet, but we are getting there. And in the meantime, we definitely did get very carried away with the rest of this. We were just going to work on the shell, and the time lapse ended up being way longer because I started working on the inside as well. And on the inside, we have a bunch of villagers farming up some potatoes, carrots, and wheat for us. And in theory, we should also have our villagers coming through in these little glass tubes for us to just contain them for the time being until we find a better solution maybe. But right now, our wheat system and our villagers, which are attached to the wheat system, aren't really working out how we intended. So I don't know, I may have to go ahead and fix a couple of things there. But as for some other stuff, we've got potatoes in these ones. We've got carrots in these. And if you don't know what's going on, It looks a little funky in here. We do have these hoppers coming down from each individual system, coming the whole way down. And there's one on each side for carrots and potatoes. So this is carrots, and the wheat also. And this is potatoes, and this one is potatoes. And then this one, in theory, is wheat, and the same for this one over here. But it's acting a little funky. We are just getting bone meal and seeds and sometimes a few pieces of wheat. It's a little bit strange. I don't know what's quite going wrong in there, but we'll figure it out later. But yes, the actual storage system, that's what I was talking about. We have the hoppers going down here. They actually function by going into this chest boat, and the hitbox is big enough. You could see that it overlaps with all three of the hoppers down here. So even though the chest isn't directly below it, because the hitbox is below this hopper, it can feed into there, and then it will feed into these three hoppers. And it'll just pick one of them at first until it's all the way filled up, then it'll go to the other two. So this should be way, way more than enough storage. This is probably overkill for what we're accomplishing here, which is not very much. As you can see, we've got quite a bit of carrots there, but that will be our food supply for right now. And this down here is what we need to work on next, but I do think we need a little bit of a break because I had a lot of fun. I got super excited building the shell, and then I wanted to get straight into the villagers. And as I was moving them around, I thought, wow, this is such a chore. I think we need to have a little break from that. We do have a little bit of an issue in this room. If we just look up, there is a little bit of a villager in the belfry situation. We got a couple of bats in the belfry up here. I had my copper all lined up in this corner, all piled up all the way, and they just climbed to the very top. So I guess later on we'll worry about getting these guys down from here and making them our farmers that we could trade with in here. And we'll have our zombie and stuff going around and all that. So we'll get it all figured out. In real life, there's like a little step up here and it goes up one level and then it goes up a few more steps, which is why the stone is so high right here. That is basically going to be floor level. And then we'll have everything upwards to work with. And we will have to find a spot for our zombies, of course, also. So what I was thinking was, because Odawara Castle is a samurai museum, we could have little exhibits maybe, and they could hold a few special items. Maybe we could make a sword of some kind. We could have our zombies drop down into a little class exhibit. I thought that would be pretty cool. And maybe our villagers could be a part of it somehow. I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. I was thinking, if you've seen Adventure Time Distant Lands, maybe we could move our bed into a little area and make it a little TV studio type of a room, and that'll be our main bedroom, and it'll just be one of the exhibits. And the connection to Adventure Time is that's what Simon is doing. He's living inside of the bedroom, but it's also doubling as a museum of what history was like, what humans were like before the Great War and all that in the land of Ooo. So that's something pretty cool that I think we could maybe end up doing. I don't think I've talked about it, but this has actually been here a while, and I don't think it's ever made it into any of the episodes. So I have this pale moss, which is what I got when I got the rest of my pale moss when I was collecting my pale oak trees. Well, underneath, like you were seeing, there is some string and a couple blocks down. And what this basically does is any mobs that come up to our front door will not actually be able to pass this because they think it's just a drop, basically. And for some reason, they don't really like to seem climbing up here and trying to get around the iron bars or the lanterns like we can. It's super duper easy to get up. They could even just walk over the moss, but for some reason, their intelligence just freaks out and they decide that they can't pass this for some reason. So it protects our house and it protects us from having to light up the area so much right now. Because again, I do have to light up a bunch of this area and make it a little more spawn proof for the monsters. I just want it to also look nice. So that's something we're going to have to get to eventually. But for now, this is a good working solution. So actually, guys, I was thinking I do have my Silk Touch pickaxe on me. And sorry, I was still distracted by them. And I went out looking for beehives, which you could see right here. And that was a while ago, but I did spot a savanna out that way and I didn't really get to explore it. So I think I'd like to get the acacia trees right now. And I'd like to see what else might be over there. Maybe a desert, maybe more stuff to explore. So I think we'll go ahead and go over there right now. And you know what? We have really not taken our horse out a whole lot. So why don't we go and take her for a ride right now? We really haven't gone and done anything with our horse, have we? And I believe the savanna should be just on our right somewhere. Should be over these hills, maybe? There it is! I can see it way back there. Probably just barely caught a glimpse of it. Let's see, let's see, let's see. Spyglass out. There it is! Yes! Okay, let's go. A beehive. No, no bees and no honey. Weird. No, come back! No! It's gone. There it goes. Yes! 2 bees! Yes! It's unbelievable. No, wait. Yay! Oh, little baby bee. Adorable. Okay, come on, horse. We gotta move. Alright, don't mind me. Just me and my 4 bees and my horse going across the river here. No big deal at all. It's just a normal day for a fella like me. Oh! More bees! Yes! Oh, this is perfect! This is so unexpected. I didn't even expect to find one hive. It was so hard to find the one in the first place. And I saw that other bee, but I don't know where he went. Are things here? Did the bees go inside? They shed their leads. There's bees inside. Okay, very good. Okay, yes, pollen. Okay, okay. Let's go. Get in. Get in, man. Hurry. Okay. Yes. Oh my goodness, 6 bees. This is fantastic. I lost my horse again. Gosh darn it. Why does my horse leave me every chance he gets? I should have thrown him on a lead. Look how far he got. What the heck is wrong with you? So let's grab us some trees real quick before we head off into the desert. Oh, and by the way, you guys, do you like how not hideous the grass is in this area? This is also part of the Vanilla Tweaks texture pack. So I think it's pretty lovely. It's a nice golden grass color instead of that kind of hideous green one that's there before. And also, I noticed the reason I brought it up is because I noticed the sugarcane is way different here too. So I think it looks very good like that. Also, I would like to be able to have enough to fill up my wood shulker box with 2 stacks of the acacia wood and 1 stack of the saplings. So I think that's how much we're going to go for while we're here mining up all these trees. Yep, we've got 1, and oh, I thought for a second I only had that other one. There we go. There are our acacia trees. There's our wood and our saplings, so that didn't even take very long. That must not have even been 10 minutes, I don't think, but we've got enough for there and some extra for a wood chest, just like everything else back home. And you guys, while we are here, do you spy what I spy? Not that in the distance, but that. Could that be an azalea tree? Kind of hard to tell from this distance. Maybe it's not, but I think it is worth checking out because we... Oh no! Ah! No horse! There we go. Okay, all safe, but you're... What the heck is it? What's our horse doing? That was weird. But a camel! Oh my goodness, you guys, I can't stop getting distracted here. I have no idea what is up here, but it's looking like maybe an azalea tree, and I've been so hard pressed for moss. I have not found any moss in this world, and I'm so upset by that because I really wanted to use moss in my build, and I've wanted to for the longest time, and I still have not been able to. So, if you're telling me we could find some moss right now, I might be a very happy camper. Except, oh my goodness, this is some treacherous terrain. And, oh yes, okay, this is an azalea tree, so what's up with this one up here? Oh, no way! Oh, this is so exciting. Okay, I've never seen a mangrove biome in the wild before, so I have no idea what to expect or what's going on in here, but this is super duper exciting, and this is the thing, isn't it? Oh, I destroyed it. Okay, I don't know. Let's see. Let's try and get into the middle of this. All right, the mangrove wood. It is looking like a beautiful dark red color. I'm loving it. Now, oh, and there go all the leaves and such. Okay, let's go a little bit higher. And can I use my silk touch on this thing? I can. The mangrove propagule. All right. I don't really know about the propagule, so we're gonna have to do some learning here. Going for the rest of the wood, and I wonder... Oh, I guess I'm on a vine. Do the leaves drop any propagules, or is it just what you could get out here? Because it seems like if I punch them, they just straight up disappear. So I really don't know how these work. And there's another log. I'm trying to find out where I'm missing the logs. Maybe you could tell how much I missed Optifine because I had to go and make a spyglass with the amethyst and the copper that we had before. Oh! This wasn't even on my radar. Okay, I would like to get some coral, and I have my Silk Touch pickaxe with me. This is perfect. Okay. Oh my goodness, you guys. We are getting so much more than we came out for. I gotta find a place to start. Okay, we're already here with the mangroves. Let's get our horse tethered up, maybe. And let's try and get down here so we could get our mangrove wood and propagules. Oh my goodness, you guys. I just realized I don't need Silk Touch. I just have to not hit it. I could break the block that it's on. Oh, that's annoying. But okay, I'm almost there, so we're getting there. We're really close. Because I realized some of them were dropping, but only a particular few, and I don't think the leaves actually drop them. I just think if it's placed like on the leaf, and then that leaf breaks, then it will obviously drop. So at this point also that I'm realizing how obnoxious it is to try and farm these trees. I don't know how people have done it. I've not really seen any machines around it, but I'm gonna have to find out if I ever want to build out of a lot of them because, goodness, I don't think actually going and getting them all manually is gonna be worth it. This is so much work for just such little wood and such little propagules compared to the other trees, like every other tree type. Oh my god. You guys, these trees suck. Oh, why? Oh, it's still going. Oh my god, it's still going. How is that possible? Jeez, finally. And this one over here was still going too. There's still some wood in it. Oh my goodness. Look how much I had to build up. And that's not all of it, is it? There's another. There has to be. Somewhere down there I missed it. Or something. I don't know. Oh, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. I've never had to go this far for any other type of tree. Although I am pretty close to having enough. Let's just go around real quick and grab a couple more. There's a stack right there. And there's my extra ones. All right. Jeez Louise. Come on, you guys. Let's go grab our horse. Oh my goodness, you guys. I'm so annoyed. I totally thought I was recording and I was talking about how much I love this biome and how I loved all the stuff in it and I was collecting everything and then I was like, oh, you know, I think I'm gonna spend some time getting some clay, so let me just stop recording because that's gonna be super boring and I'll just come back when I've got all the stuff. And then I was like, I've got all this stuff and I've got all the axolotls and they're adorable and I love them so much, but I wasn't recording the whole time. Oh, you guys, I'm so annoyed. So I got a bunch of azalea trees. I went to that tree. Oh god, you guys. I wasn't recording the entire time, so like I said, I'm just gonna use my shovel and get some clay and whatever, and I'll be back. Alright, I've officially got enough stuff, and I'm officially super mad at myself for not recording when I should have. There is all the clay and stuff I got. There's the rooted dirt. Here's all the moss, all the axolotls, all the other items that I had, and I'll take my spyglass out, thank you. And we're gonna just pack all this up, throw it in our ender chest, and be on our way. So we'll meet you guys back up on the surface, I guess, or maybe just when we get to the coral biome. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, no rest for the wicked. There's a village right here. My goodness, everything is everywhere here. Let's go see what this village has to offer then. But I do want this hay because it took so long to get our little food village thing set up, and we are still not getting any wheat, so having a good supply of bread in the background is going to be good for us, I think. And they've got a camel here too. Oh my gosh. It's so cool. I've never seen a camel in Minecraft. I don't really know what the point in them is. They are interesting. He's adorable. He's laying down. Have I tamed him? Is that why he's laying down? How do I get him to stand up? I can't control him. I think he's tamed. Stand up. I don't know. He's just sat there now. I don't know. Weird. Oh, free bell. Don't mind me, gentlemen. Just robbing you all blind, if you don't mind. Oh, he's so cool. And is he faster than my horse? I think he might be. So, I don't know if you could put a chest on them. Oh, there's a cat. I think the only advantage, really, is that it's a double saddle, so you could have two people riding it. Where are my tethers? What are they called? Leads? Where are my leads? Alright, hold on. You, come back here. Please. Get up. I need you to stay with my horse. Oh my goodness, another ruined portal. I just can't stop winning. I'm actually suffering from success, you guys. I can't believe it. Oh my goodness. And look how beautiful the coral reefs are. I'm going to have to decimate this landscape, I think. 100%. I just need to get this first. My greed knows no bounds. Oh, lodestones. I didn't know they had those in the chest. I'll take those. All right, where to start? And this. I love this like bubblegum pink coral. Oh, so cute. And these fans, the yellow fans in particular. Oh, I've got some plans for those, I'll tell you that much. And I think one of these, I don't remember which one, is good for duplicating. Or maybe a couple of them are good for duplicating like TNT and stuff. And I personally have no qualms with that, so we are going to probably end up using that when we're trying to get ancient debris. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, we will explore that in another episode, so don't worry. I don't suppose I could sleep here. What? I did not know that. You could totally sleep under the water. Why? That's so ridiculous. I was joking when I did that, so I didn't realize that was something you could actually do. So there, if you learned something, there you go. You could sleep under the water for some reason if you just place your bed there. I just love these biomes. It's like a mixture of these beautiful colors and these beautiful blocks, and then they've got a lot of like texture and depth with all of these different corals hanging off the side of these big blocks. And then after that, you've got all the lights with the sea pickles. It's just, everything about it is working really, really well. And it just turns into a beautiful biome on its own, I think. Wow, I've gotten a lot of the fans compared to everything else. We'll probably just end up meeting you guys when we get back to the house, so be back in a sec. Alright, we have finally made it back, and I won't lie, it was a lot to go through, but I think it was well worth it. Obviously, I didn't go through the whole pickaxe, but I got way more than enough, and I used my last 2 buckets on some pufferfish that I found. So I think we're gonna have more than enough for quite a while here. I don't even know what, if anything, I'll end up making out of these, but I think they are really good to have, so we're gonna have quite a bit to work with when it comes to coral. So that's very cool. We've also got our clay and whatnot, our little last axolotl there. I don't know why he's not in this one. Then we have all of our moss, everything we got from the moss caves in that one. And the rest of our miscellaneous stuff, some extra wood, beehives, little extra coral, all this stuff, obsidian, everything. So give me just a few moments to get everything sorted out because I got a lot to sort through. Do you see it? Yes, that's it, up there. At the top of Otawara Castle, I have put on my final finishing touch, and it is these little cut copper stairs that I had to put. There's 1, there's 2, and there is 3 of the stairs, and 3 on this side to match the real one a little bit better. And I just had to wait long enough for all my copper to oxidize. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I think that is gonna cut it for today's episode of Luna's Universe. We did get all of our things finally sorted out, so I hope you enjoyed all the progress we made. It was definitely a lot in this episode, so if you liked the video, go ahead and give it a like, show me that you did, and give me any comments with your ideas, suggestions, things we could add, things we could change about the world and make improvements on. Let me know, because I'm super open to hearing them. And I think that's all we got. Has that button always been there? What the